after the stream with Mohammed Hijab yesterday, there was a big reaction on the internet. A lot of people responded, including this is my friend Lucas Gage. Okay. He's actually very vocal about Zionism on this topic. Let's see what he had to say.
Yeah, Norman Frankenstein. Norman.
Disgrace. He actually said it's better to be a homosexual than a Christian. Why would Sneeko hang out with him? That's an L. Yeah, I saw that clip. Absolutely stupid to say that.
Sounds like Trump.
You know, and this is the thing about Muslims.
Uh-oh.
See? Now I'm gonna piss off some Muslims, but you Muslims need to keep other Muslims in check. When Hijab said that, he's attacking all Christians. Now, how are we supposed to have an alliance with Muslims?
Well, Lucas, are you a Christian now? Like, I'm just say this honestly. I did not know that you were. Last time I spoke to you, you seemed like you were open and you believed in God, but you weren't. Now, this is the first time that I heard that you're a Christian. You look sad, Warner. Are you okay?
No, I'm good, bro.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
Did anyone else see that?
This is my resting B face.
Muscle Lancer has the normal always. Lancer's always smiling like, well, why is he so happy? And you look sad. But yeah, okay, let's go back to.
No, on the bad side, he's the good side.
He's
you know what I mean? We're the two angels on the side. You know?
He's locked in, you know.
Yeah, he's locked in. He's locked in.
He's locked in.
They're using the lingo over here. We're walking over here. Muscle Lancer was like, that's an L take. I'm like, where did you?
Only around you guys. You know, I'm using your lingo. That's it.
He was like, he's glazing. I'm like, where did you learn that? Okay.
They're gonna on Christians and say it's better to a man than worship Jesus Christ as God. There's no benefit of that. Now, of course, I have my critiques of religion, you know. I have this heretical Marcionite view of the Old Testament. Yeah, but that's an opinion. But I'm not saying that, okay, Christians are garbage and you're better being gay or Jesus is gay. I'm not attacking
No one said that.
I'm saying from my worldview, out externally, hey, this makes more sense to me. Maybe this is the case. It doesn't attack Jesus. In fact, the Marcionite version doesn't make Jesus less divine or unholy. In fact, he said...
What's a Marcionite? What is that?
I have no idea.
That's the first time I ever heard that.
First time I heard that too.
Okay. Does anyone in this chat know?
Because he's not of Yahweh. He's actually from another being that is the real God. Whereas Mohammed Hijab attacks Christians and say they're basically worse than How does that help the Christian-Muslim alliance?
I love this guy, man.
It doesn't, and therefore now you know someone like Mohammed Hijab is an enemy, and you cannot be aligned with him. And why would Sneeko hang out with him? I don't think Sneeko knew he would say that.
I didn't know that. What he said was true. Was accurate.
Is it Sneeko's fault that he said it? I don't know.
Like, once again, I would not say that. Like, I think it's important to have unity right now. Like, I see it's important to have alliances with these people when it comes to the topic of Zionism. I wouldn't say that. But Islamically, shirk is the worst sin. So what he said is, you could say that about anything, not just or whatever. You could say about any sin, shirk is by far the worst.
Sneeko did say, you know, it is kind of bad to worship a man as God.
That's shirk.
Okay, whatever. But like I said, I'm not here to tell you who to be friends with. All I know is when a Muslim crosses the line, they're no longer an ally. When a Muslim is supporting the same thing Soros wants, not an ally. When a Muslim says we're going to turn Europe into a caliphate, enemy. When a Muslim says you guys deserve to be colonized, enemy. Whether it's a Muslim or another person.
He doesn't say that either.
Okay?
Yeah,
okay, let's respond.
Yeah, okay. The first thing I want to say is when you say when Muslims cross the line, you're an enemy, that kind of gives this idea that you're superior somehow and you're trying to get your, with all due respect to you, right? I don't know who this individual is, but we're not waiting for your approval. With all due respect to you, of course, if there is we can ally on certain things that are generally beneficial, we're not against that essentially, right? But to kind of say if we cross the line, you're an enemy, like, we're expecting, approval from anyone, right? We're not bowing down to any individual, right?
Right.
So that's the first most important thing to say. The second thing I would say, Muslims keep a Muslim in check. And if we want to keep hijab in check, or anyone in general, if they say something wrong, we would do that. And essentially, that statement is not incorrect. I'm going to explain why it's not incorrect. So why would we check someone on someone who said something that is not necessarily incorrect? We could say, okay, that maybe is not the best wording to put to a Christian audience. You can make these arguments, right? And say that you have to keep in mind, because we have Islamic tradition on that, like companions of the Prophet saying that you have to keep in mind the people
that are
you're
listening.
Speaking to.
I don't think Mohammed Hijab knew that I had a majority Muslim Christian audience.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Let's see right now what the majority is, because even now we're seeing arguments. Put Muslim and Christian, or just M or C. I want to see what the consensus is. I don't think he knew that.
Yeah.
Especially after we've done so many streams during Ramadan, I think he assumed that this.
And look, we would always assume good about our Muslim brother. That's the thing. We would assume good about our Muslim brother, whoever he is. But we're saying, even if you want to make that hypothetical case, we're not necessarily making it, right? That's not something that to keep someone in check, right? Should he maybe put it in a different way? You can make arguments. Should he have expounded? I don't know if that happened on the stream or not, on what he meant by that necessarily, perhaps. But to say that we keep him in check when he didn't say something wrong, we keep everyone in check when they say something wrong.
It looks majority Christian to me.
Yeah.
It surprises me every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when we last stream, while we were talking about Andrew Tate, we consider him a Muslim, but we were talking this idea of keeping someone in check. Your argument that Muslims do not keep people in check, that was the beginning of what he said. That's incorrect, completely incorrect.
And put a J for Jew. Yeah. I want to include everyone.
Yeah, and
put the cow emoji for Hindu. Okay, go sorry.
Why is it then that someone can make the argument or say that statement that worshiping, associating with God, whoever it is you're associating, whether you're a Hindu, whether you're a Jew, whatever it is that you associate with God, is worse than a sin that you commit against another human being, is because this is directly against the Creator. Now imagine this: you're about to die.
Yeah.
You're in the hospital. You're about to die, and someone comes and you're missing a limb, and he gives you that limb, and you survive. Now, when you wake up, you're about to die. Your life is going to go. Your whole life is going. You start thanking someone else. Let's say I gave you my kidney or gave you some body or limb. You start thanking the Warner, and you don't even look at me. You don't even acknowledge my existence. You pretend I'm not even there. Right. That is way worse than anything else, because you're given the rights. Even though I gave you everything, right? In that sense, I allowed you to continue life in a way by being a means, by giving you that thing, right? You went to someone else and you gave them all of that gratitude, other than me. So there is no more transgression that you could do.
Right.
Other sins, for example, whether it's being gay or killing someone, whatever it is a sin against another human. It is not taking all the rights of the Creator that created you and that human and that allows you to live and allows everyone to exist, and taking his rights and giving it to someone else and pretending as if it's not even there. Worshipping other than him and pretending as if the Creator is not even in existence there. Right? So that's why we would say from that sense that these sins against a sin and against another human being is not equal in any way. Completely ignoring
sins against God.
Yes. Not only just sins against God, but completely ignoring God's existence and giving his rights to someone.
And Christians believe the same thing on the inverse. He's saying, like, you're an enemy of us. Well, if you believe in Christianity, you believe in the same exact logic.
Yeah.
That's the part that doesn't make sense. They're acting like this is a crazy statement. If you are a Christian that's following the Bible, you believe that rejecting Jesus is the worst sin, and then by extension, being gay is better than rejecting Jesus.
And since when were they our allies? You're our enemy. What have you done to help us?
It comes, this is where the love speech thing comes in and everything. It's like allies in terms of like what's happening. Like,
but he said
we're united in terms of like he's very vocal about freeing Palestine, which I respect and I think that's important right now.
That's commendable for sure.
It's very commendable, and I think like that's what he's talking about. It's like an us versus them thing.
I'm not gonna lie. There are people like what's his name? The fighter on Twitter. He's always there. That you were with him once as well.
Strickland.
Jake
Shields. Shout out to Jake Shields.
So yeah, this is a person that I personally respect. He's very respectful. He's always talking about Palestine. He does not sugarcoat things like other people try to support regimes like Assad who killed many Muslims. He doesn't do these things. He's very clear. He does his own research. He speaks the truth about Muslims, etc. This is a person I personally respect, right? And I don't know the individual, but if he's doing the same thing, that's commendable.
May
right?
Allah bless him, yeah.
So as I said, we can have these kind of alliances on certain things, on issues that we agree with. We're not against that. Let's be 100% clear. We're not trying to fight against Christians 24/7, but Warner is also making a good point. There's a lot of Christians that are not our friends. Like if you look at the chat, many people in the chat, first thing is, oh, you guys are lying, bring this person, 24/7 cursing and making insults. You gotta be careful. Look, you're telling us being an ally, and the second thing, as I said, this is superiority kind of assumption that I gotta get your approval to be your ally. Oh, you're crossing the line. This goes. Look, respect is a two-way street. You give me respect, I give you respect. I respect Jake because of what he's doing, right? I give him respect back because I see he's being respectful. So this is how it should be.
And also, you have to keep in mind who you're talking to. We are the Muslims. This world was created for us, right? If there's no Muslim left on earth, the world will be destroyed. This world only exists today because there's believers on earth that worship Allah. Once there's no human on earth worshiping Allah, that's when the day of judgment is going to come, right?
Yeah, so of course, look, God has created us in this life as a test. If nobody is worshiping the Creator anymore, the day of judgment will commence where there is no believers. Not only no believers, no one has an atom of love for the Creator in his heart. There's no atom of belief, nothing, zero. Because a wind will come and will take the souls of anyone who has an atom of faith in his heart. And then the day of judgment will commence on the worst of the creation, right? It will definitely...
Yeah, that punishment is only for the disbelievers.
Yes. But we don't mean that as well. You were a bit strong with that, but that's fine. It's okay. We don't want people to misunderstand that. That doesn't mean we're saying that Christians are not allowed to exist or no one else is allowed to exist. Also, a part of the Islamic teachings, like Prophet Muhammad existed in a community in which there were Jews and Christians. If you want to talk about existing in harmony and peace with other communities, that happened at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. It happened in Spain. It happened in many parts in Islamic history. We're not against coexisting and living, right, with other people or other individuals. But he's talking more from a divine kind of way. From a divine sense, from a creator sense. The Creator, of course, if there is no one worshiping the Creator or believes in the Creator on earth, there's no point of allowing these people to exist.
And we are the biggest, warriors against evil. Obviously, the world has proven that, unfortunately, Christians, they don't stand up for against evil. Who stands up against evil? We do. When you need somebody to help you, who's going to be the one to fight the evil in the world? It's us. We're the ones who are predominantly fighting the evil of the world. We're the ones who are going against the devil.
Yeah.
We're the number one enemy of the devil.
The Christian nations are not really doing anything to
They're not
stop
doing nothing, bro.
They're aligning with Israel more than anybody else. So that is factually true.
So who's online with the side of light, bro? It's us, bro. You got to realize who's on the path of truth.